Hello and welcome to the first episode in hopefully a long series of a Building in Public YouTube channel. This is going to be an animated channel which we've been working on for many months. I'm going to give you some background about the channel, what it is, how much money we spent on it, and then more details about what we're going to do when we launch it. So let's get started. So the first thing is, what is the channel? The channel is an animated concept similar to Mr. Spherical and Solables, which are channels we already have. The animation style is going to be the same, but instead of doing countries, we're going to be doing companies and individual workers. So the idea is try and do some education around worker rights, around companies and consumers and how companies may do PR, marketing that's manipulative, and as part of the goal that we have with all the channels we make is do some kind of education. And this one, we could do that kind of education. So kind of like critical thinking related to psychology and how power works in corporate world. That is a channel idea. So we're launching this Friday and we're going to launch with 3 videos. So we're going to do one video, which is going to be a Welcome WorkerBoi channel video, which is going to be posted on Mr. Spherical. So we're going to do a cross promotion from our main channel, which has 1 million subscribers, and then we're going to essentially push traffic to the new channel. So the Welcome WorkerBoi video is like an introduction to the channel, and we then push the viewers to the main channel. For the main channel, which is the new channel, WorkerBoi, we're going to, as I said, do 3 videos. So the reason for that is usually YouTube likes to see a viewer who goes from one video to the next, to the next, to the next. They like to extend the viewing session. So the reason for doing this is that if we get the viewer to come to the channel and then watch 3 videos, then that should mean that YouTube is more likely to promote it, as opposed to just come to the channel, watch 1 video, and then leave. So we're going to do that. So 1 video on Mr. Spherical, 3 new videos on the WorkerBoi channel, and then the extra video we're going to post a day later. So we're going to have 4 videos on the WorkerBoi channel, plus the promotion video. The reason for doing 1 video a day later is if someone watches all 3 videos, and then we only post a week later after that, they may already forget about the channel. So we want to post a day after, because that allows for them to show the algorithm that they're interested in the channel ongoingly. So that is the launch strategy. In terms of the risk of this channel, so financially, it is going to be something which I'm going to put a $15,000 budget to. So the way I've kind of set things up recently after having certain channels work, certain channels fail, is the idea of the following. We set a budget when we launch a channel, which is going to be $15,000 or $20,000 usually. And essentially, if the channel does not become profitable or does not get close to profitability, by that point, then the channel closes. Because there's a lot of opportunity which we can find in YouTube. So we don't need to push a certain channel to work if it's not working. I've learned that from experience because I spent $35,000 on 2 channels which didn't work, and I should have cut them earlier. So it's a lesson I actually learned from Corey Creator, who owns Newscape Studios. He has many animation channels himself. So set a budget. If it's not working, cut, move on to the next channel. So that is the idea. Otherwise, this channel is a similar animation format to our current one, and Mr. Spherical and Solables. So technically, viewers are going to be familiar with it. It shouldn't be too risky, but we have actually created, as I said, this company idea. It is all within a particular world. It's within a sci-fi kind of world, which means that we have some episodic kind of relationship between the different episodes, which is different to most channels. Most channels are just like one-off videos. There's nothing in between them. So the upside potential is this can be a really interesting brand. It's going to do some fantastic education. It's going to be really interesting. The downside is that it is quite risky because we're doing something quite unique. We're trying to build like a series. We did do that with Solables, which has a series to it, but this is kind of a bit more, even more risky, I would say. There is definitely a risk, and this is not a channel which I'm expecting to profit significantly. It is a channel which I believe can do a great job with profiting if we do it well, but most likely it is going to be around the break-even mark, or maybe, yeah, it's going to profit well if we do sponsors. But if we don't do sponsors, probably break-even mark because animation is expensive. So the next thing, what is the financial kind of situation with this channel? Well, we have spent 2.5 months working on the channel concept, kind of like planning how we're going to do it, planning the content strategy, so what kind of video ideas we're going to be doing, first of all to begin with, and then just ongoingly. And we have also been spending time thinking about the characters, like character design, the story, because we've got a sci-fi world, we need like a story throughout the world, the script formatting. Fortunately, that's quite similar to our current channel, so we don't have too much issue with that, but that needs to be done as well. Then just generally thinking about the channel, how we're going to do it, and then a lot of planning for the team as well, because we need to have very specific people who can animate, do script writing, and then also people who have the content strategy background to do some advising as well. So, combination of those three things for the team. And so far I just looked at the costs, and over 2.5 months we have spent $6,800. I will do a breakdown and share that. So that's either going to be here, there's like a pie chart, or on Twitter as well. So you can see that. Now, as I said, $15,000 budget or $20,000 means that we have essentially spent over a quarter of the budget of $20,000, and then $15,000, it's almost half of it. So we've already spent a lot of money, and we have made 5 videos. So that just goes to show how much it costs. In terms of the length of the videos, they are 1 to 2 minutes long each, which means that we've essentially spent over $1,000 per minute of animation being created. Now, that's obviously very expensive for a YouTube video. For animation, it's kind of okay, but we're going to focus on trying to reduce those costs in time so that it's more around like $300 per minute. That's kind of where we should get to, which we have with the other channels, so that is possible. So in terms of goals, so some simple goals that I've got. I'm not someone who likes to set subscriber goals by this time or view goals, because it's just kind of unproductive. And it's something I learned from Mr. Beast is focus on making the best video possible, and everything else comes as a consequence of that. So we don't have a particular goal there. However, we do have a focus that we're trying to achieve, which is something similar, or at least half of what we did with Solables. So as context, with Solables, we launched the channel, we promoted it with Mrs. Spherical, similar method. We reached 100,000 subscribers in 10 days, which is pretty fantastic. It went really, really well. So for WorkerBoi, I'm thinking if we can do half of that, 50,000 subscribers in 10 days, that to me would be a great base. So we will see how that goes. That is going to be the goal. Otherwise, we have certain view goals that we want to meet, which I've got in a spreadsheet, which I don't have right now, but it's something along the lines of 250,000 views per video. If we can reach that, then we're kind of in the area where we can say, okay, this channel is going to reach profitability, and therefore we can continue it. So if we're around 250,000, 500,000 views per video, at the $15,000 mark, we will continue it. If we're not, then we'll move on to the next channel idea we've got, which I do have more ideas. Well, that is it for video 1 of explaining the WorkerBoi channel and how we're going to be progressing this. I will continue to do more updates, maybe in video format, combined with also doing tweets, just like very, very simple tweets of what's happening. I will share spreadsheets with the finances. I will share if there's any issues we have, particularly with the team and how things are going. And otherwise, it's going to be exciting. So we'll see. This may flop. It may do very, very well, but you'll be here for the ride. So yeah, that's it. All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day and speak soon.